Hey everyone, welcome to episode 80 of the Star Wars Popcast. My name's Christopher,
And I'm Lex.
and missing Patrick right now. He should be here momentarily, missing all the gossip. I mean, we can keep him there. He's here in spirit. His
Yes.
his jacket's here.
Yeah,
Hey Patrick.
I like what he's doing so far. He sent us some images like on the
Yeah,
side of how he's kind of rearranging and setting up his stuff, and I'm really liking how it's like coming out. I think it looks really cool.
yeah, I think so too.
He's kind of got
Right?
those risers going in, and he's kind of doing like themes and Kenobi,
Yeah,
Mando. I really like it. I think it's coming out really cool.
yeah, yeah. It is. I like his display a lot.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Yeah, it's working out. And he shared a couple images with us. Did he share that one with you? Yeah.
Which one
Um,
of the shelves?
no, of an image that he did. He did the which one did he have? The Grogu with the frog. Did he show you that one?
No,
I won't share it with the group just because like he'll reveal that in the video, right? But yeah, it looks pretty cool. He did a shot of the Grogu with the frog movie moment there, and that looks cool.
Nice.
So yeah,
Yeah, it looks cool.
excited
I
to
like
see what
his
he can do with
Mando,
that.
his little Mando
Yeah,
shelf.
yeah.
But yeah.
But we got some news. We got another edition that was like a rumor back like what for months and months. It was a rumor that we were getting like a Vader first appearance pop, and we finally got it, and it kind of threw us all off there.
Yeah, I definitely was kind of like, oh, because I think we had speculated like, oh, maybe it's the first time like we see him on the Tantive or something like that.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I wasn't what I was expecting. We did get a rumor, kind of like an updated rumor, I guess you could say, like last week of it, and we were like, oh. Like, that could be really cool, but I think it looks
yeah,
really awesome. I would love to get it. I think that's probably, like, one of my favorite Anakin Pops at the moment, so it'd be nice to
yeah,
have, like, a different version of it. I have a feeling it's gonna be deluxe, so it's gonna be massive, and I guess we'll have to
yeah.
wait and
It
see.
looks like it by the pictures.
Yeah.
JT says Pat has been reduced to a chair. Yeah, he
It's
he
more
pulled an Obi-Wan Kenobi from a New Hope, and he just used the Force and like
yep, his
disappeared. It
jackets,
was
all
his
that
time.
stuff.
Yeah, it was his time.
Yep.
The whole episode will be Patrick as the jacket.
Yeah. He's gonna join us later, but at the moment, he'll reappear,
Yeah, yeah.
But,
He'll make an entrance.
yeah.
Yeah, and then we got some trailers from out of D23 this like well, I guess yesterday. Yesterday was the first day, I think. So
Yeah, I noticed there was one that dropped at, like, 12 like, midnight last night or this morning. I don't last night, this morning, so, yeah, I don't know, it was
yeah,
very
midnight your time.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And my wife and I went to go see Borderlands. So I got out of the theater and I was like, oh, the trailer dropped 2 hours ago. So I was like, oh, all my East Coast friends didn't post anything. I better post something. So
Yeah, I went out or whatever, and then I came back, and I was looking at my phone, and I was like, "Oh, they posted this 3 hours ago." Like, I'm not getting up and reacting to this right now, so I was like, "I'll just do it when I
yeah,
get up." But I was pleasantly surprised. I think based off the pictures that we got last week, it matched up, I feel like. So, I don't know. I'm
yeah,
looking forward to it, but we'll save that for our discussion later. How have you been?
yeah. Been good, been good. I picked up a few things. You pick up anything this week?
No. I finished
No.
up,
Good.
like, my finally going back to just having school and not, the additional work on top, but I finished Thursday, so maybe I'll be able to start, getting back out and, searching for collectibles again.
Yeah. Especially when you find some work and get paid the big bucks, right? And then you'll be like,
Oh, yeah.
well,
Oh, yeah.
there's all my money.
Yep, I'm gonna be in trouble, that's for sure.
Yeah. Good thing you'll be getting your own place soon.
Yep. Yeah, that's the goal, so we'll see, I don't know, I'm
Yeah.
excited, but there's definitely some cool ones that are coming out. I think there's a lot of possibilities for stuff that we could be getting based off the trailers and stuff like that. I mean, I'm still
Yeah, I
hoping
think
we'll get
so.
some more Acolyte pops. I would have loved to get some Bad Batch pops, but, I feel like that casket has been buried, unfortunately, but who
Yeah, the
knows, they
Bad Batch
surprise
ones,
us.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think we'll get more Acolyte Pops. For
yeah,
as much as people didn't like it, it got the viewership. I saw a post somewhere, and the viewership was above Andor. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So I don't know.
but
I mean, heck, yeah, I think it was like
yeah,
it was ranked. They like ranked it, and it was on the billboard, and I was like, whoa,
yeah,
it made it up there. So even though there was a lot of hate, you still get views.
yeah, yeah,
So
and that's what Disney's going to look at when they're like, oh, well, we'll do a second season because they're giving Andor a
um,
second season. So
yeah, I'm sure they'll do an Acolyte season 2, or maybe they'll like kind of do like a spin-off show and maybe not call it Acolyte, but I saw there's the whole thing floating around with Leslie Headland being like, I want to go out on a win or something, and I was like, oh, here we go. You know,
yeah,
let the comments roll in. But I don't know.
yeah,
I'd be excited to see how they expand upon it because I really felt like this first season was really a building block. Like there was a lot of ground that needed to be laid, especially like with a new time period and stuff like that. So I think it would be cool to kind of
yeah,
see where it goes from here, but we'll see.
yeah. So yeah, speaking of Acolyte, yeah, so I did pick up the last two because last week I got the Chimere, Osha, and Soul. So I finished
Mhm.
that set off. So I got Basil, which he
Nice.
looks pretty adorable
Love it.
in person. He looks very detailed. He almost like seeing this pop now. He's almost wearing a similar outfit to the Osha and the white outfit. It looks
Oh,
a very similar
yeah,
outfit, and
you're
I don't know
right.
if I noticed that before. So, and then of course I got a Yord Fandor, part of the Yord
Nice.
Horde now.
I don't know. I feel like his
So,
hair looks really good.
yeah, that's one thing Funko does good is the hair, the details in the hair.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited to open that one up. And then I did get an older pop. I was at a collectible store at the mall, and I picked this guy up.
Ooh, the hero pose
So,
boba.
Hero Pose Boba, which
Nice.
I don't mind the Hero Pose Boba. Um, I didn't really love the Vader just because the eyes, but the Boba's cool. So
Yeah. I feel like there's something to be said about the old, like, hero poses because it's cool to, like, look
yeah,
back at, like, where they were and kind of compare to the detail that they've been able to, like, kind of accumulate over the years and things like that, so I don't know. I still really like the OG pops, but they definitely are able to do a lot more these days, I feel like.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you compare that one to where is it? I have the one with the jetpack that I reviewed on my
Mhm.
channel a little while ago,
The
and
smugglers.
like it's like way better, 10 times, 100 times better.
Yeah,
So
100%. I mean, same thing with, like, the Leia Bausch one that they have, and, oh,
wait,
there's Patrick.
A Patrick sighting,
Oh, oh, he's returned. This is where the fun begins. Nice have, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
and the Darth Maul shirt, love it, love
Dude,
it.
I still can't find the Ahsoka one I bought. No idea. I went on a trip last August to my niece's wedding, and I
Mhm.
have not seen it since. And I don't know if I left it in a hotel, but it's gone. And I missed that one because it was navy blue, had Ahsoka
Yeah,
with both lightsabers. I'm distraught, and it was from one of those Once Upon a Tea. So it's
Mm.
like it's up there for only a few days, and then it's gone, never made again. So pissed I can't find that one.
yeah, that
Maybe,
sucks.
maybe it fell out of the suitcase.
I don't know. I think I must. Did I leave it on a hanger in a closet? Like, which is bizarre because I would normally wouldn't put a t-shirt on a hanger, but I don't know. It was chaotic. It was a wedding and probably got lost.
Yeah,
The only thing I
port
hope is if
security went
someone
to.
found it, they're wearing it and didn't just throw it out because it was a really cool shirt. That's the only thing I can say. If you found it, please wear it because it's a great t-shirt. I hope
Yeah,
they didn't just toss it in the garbage, but who knows?
Yeah.
yeah. So, you pick up anything new this week, Patrick?
Funny you should say that because
Mm,
I went to the grocery store today just to get something for, a little something to nosh on for lunch today. And I have my comics book store right across from my supermarket. And it's like 2 blocks away. So it's great. Right.
yeah,
So
so you
I
gotta stop in.
often I get cat food and I stop over, get cat food to take a look what they have, comics, pops. And that's where I saw that comic book that I had in hand, Lex. And I was so mad that I picked up and had all the Star Wars comic book covers, and I put it back. Gone. I'm never going to see it again. But I went in there today, and the, I guess, owner, one of the managers there, he recognized me. He's like, hey, how you doing? And I was looking to get the Paz Vizsla pop from that newer wave, where he's kind of got the dagger going downward. That was that he had that for $7. So I was like, oh, I might pick that up. But he goes, wait a second. You're that pop guy, right? I said, yeah. And he goes, well, I think I have a few Star Wars pops next door. Take a look. So I said, okay. So I picked up.
You did some grocery shopping there, Patrick.
Yes, I got some cat food.
Yeah, that's a lot of cat food in that bag.
A lot of cat food. A lot of
cat food.
A lot of kibble. So no, what it was is he told me well, we have some pops on sale next door for $5. And you could get 5 pops for $20.
Oh wow.
So I said, okay. So this is one I hadn't had, was the Finn in the Imperial disguise outfit. So I thought that was kind of cool. I picked up a DJ because I felt he was such a lame character in the movie, and he's such a great actor. I felt like they didn't do enough with Benicio del Toro. That's just me. I liked him as Finster, so I always kind of expected a little more of that from him in that, but we didn't get that.
I know you said DJ now, but like when you first said it, I thought you said something else that rhymed with DJ, and I was like, oh, you picked that up at the grocery store, hey, you're good.
Well, I don't think my wife would appreciate picking any of those up at the grocery store.
I don't think so.
But I did pick up this Fennec Shan because I think I have the one of her kneeling, but I never picked this one up. So and that was one. This guy I was never going to pick up, but you're basically getting one free. So I picked up this guy from the Kenobi series,
Little Ice Cube Jr.
Yeah, and this one I never picked up, Azuri Bliss. I never picked up Azuri Bliss. So cool. So like I got 5 pops that I didn't have in my collection that I probably wouldn't have picked up had I not seen this great deal today. And that was just on a whim. So I had to race back home because I had picked up ice cream for making some root beer floats later. I was like, oh my God, that's going to melt by the time I get back to the car. So I ran back. I had the chicken on top that was hot. And I'm like, oh, that's helping melt it even more. The chicken's going to get colder. So it was a race against time to pick these. But these are the really, I think, good ones. There's one that's totally not Star Wars related. And I don't know why. The whole trip taking my daughter there and back, it was in my head. Should I pick up? They had 3-4 of them, but they had the kid from Brightburn with the mask and his cape flying. And I'm not usually I only stick to Star Wars, but I did love that movie Brightburn, and he was such a creepy version of what Superman could have been. I'm debating picking that up and maybe doing something fun with it for maybe Halloween or something, mixing it up. I don't know, but it was cool looking.
It's a slippery slope, Patrick, because like once you go into that, you're gonna like buy all those ones, and then you're gonna be like, "Oh, that Marvel one looks nice." And
I stayed away from that because I almost picked up a Braveheart one once with the face painted, the half blue.
But I mean, Braveheart. Like your channel's poptography, so you could do just all Funko.
I could, but you know what? If they want to send me some that normally I wouldn't collect, and I can give them out on something on the show, that's a different story. I probably would entertain that. But as you know, as collectors, guys, it's so hard to stay in your lane. Like it's so easy to be like, oh, I want to take this, or I want to get this one, and then that lane becomes a highway, and it gets very expensive very quickly. So I really steered clear and just stayed on collecting just the Star Wars Funko, avoiding a lot of cool looking Black Series and other Funkos from other IPs and stuff. So it's tough, but I've ranked even these. Do I need these pops? I don't need them, but I did like them because I don't have these at all in the collection. So at the price point, I might as well picked it up. Like honestly, if I had picked up Ice Cube Jr., in a $3 bin, it would have been just as fine. But I honestly wasn't ever really thinking about picking him up until he was like in the $3 bin. So, $5. All right. He made the cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone going to Fan Expo next week? No. What is that? Is that
Oh, in
Chicago Fan
Chicago?
Expo? Yeah.
Yeah, the
No.
Chicago Fan Expo. I think Tony
No.
and Ricky are going. I would have loved to go. I think it's going to be a huge deal. You got Mark Hamill going, Hayden. Like,
Yes.
I think it's going to be absolutely insane. But I couldn't swing it with school finishing up next week.
Yeah, it's tough for me being north of you guys, being like I'm above you guys. I got the high ground and everything, but our dollar sucks. It sucks balls up here.
Well, it's tough
So
too, trying to go to all these
I,
cons. There's so
yeah,
many now.
I
It's
probably won't be
crazy.
going to a con in the States for a while just because of the exchange rate, but eventually, one day, I'd like to.
Well,
I
I
mean,
wish
I
we
think
came this
they're
year to the Rhode Island Comic Con.
yeah.
I really wish you guys would be here. Put it this way, if you're thinking about it, it's in November. Let me know, because November 2nd, I just put I'm interested. They're doing Enchanted by the Sea 50s Back to the Future style ball on that Saturday night. So
Yeah,
it could get interesting. So I don't know. I
it could be
threw it
fun.
out to the wife to see if she wanted to maybe entertain going to that. That could be kind of fun.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, imagine having a throwback prom where it's all cosplay and everyone in the theme. That could be fun. I've never done anything like it. But for shits and giggles, why not? Why not? But
yeah,
if you guys were coming, that would be something that would be entertaining to go with. You know, you guys.
yeah.
It would be. I think
Sa-
isn't the
sa-
next Fan Expo in Canada?
They might,
Like
because they
in
had it
Chicago,
um,
then Canada?
about a
yeah,
month ago.
Edmonton's coming in September, so I don't know if that's the next one after Chicago. So, but
Okay.
I'll be going to that one. Yeah, Anthony Daniels is there. I got to get his photo op.
Is Manny the Jinko or whatever going to be at the Fan Expo Chicago too?
I
I
don't
know he
know.
got
Was he
announced for
supposed to?
Celebration.
I heard he got
Yeah,
announced for Celebration. So
and he's at D23 this weekend. So
mhm.
yeah,
Let's
curious,
look.
Patrick. How many Funko Pops you guys have? Oh, and Lex as well. Because I'm just kind of curious because that's a whole bag full of cat food, like we said. How
How
much cat
many
food
do
do
I
you have
have?
in your basement? Just the pops.
Just the
Out of
pop.
curiosity, yeah, because you can filter it down if you go into your app.
Oh,
I
you know what?
stopped using the Funko app as soon as
Yeah.
it started crashing and stuff. Like I don't know, maybe that was like almost a year ago, maybe more. But as soon as
Yeah,
the app started like clutching out on me, I was like, "Yeah, I'm done. I can't do it."
it's
But
still been good for like tracking stuff. Like I feel like it locked me out. Like you said, I think it was last year when it locked everyone
yeah,
out and stuff, and you had to like get back into it. But after that, it's
All
been
right.
decent
So
for. Yeah, I'm
I
just kind of curious.
started a list.
Oh, you started it. Okay, okay,
And when I was starting to organize my basement down here,
yeah,
it's incomplete. And I have to go. There's so many I've added since I started this, and so many I didn't add to this that are
okay,
in the
okay.
collection. But at the time of creating this list, and it's again not nearly complete. I'm at 233 on my list.
It looks like a lot more to me, but I mean,
I know
I
I
don't know.
have a
Maybe the
lot more than
boxes.
that, but on my
Yeah,
list, I have 233, and I know it's incomplete with pops that I hadn't put on there yet and hadn't,
yeah.
inventoried. And then my friend was like, every time you get a new one, you got to make sure to add to it. I said, yes, I know, but I totally forget that until like weeks, months later.
easier said than done.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
I'm at 431 for just pops, and then I have 10 sodas. I have 31 bitty pops, 8 mystery minis, and then 13 vinyl figures, which are like random Funko branded stuff. So
Look
I
at
feel
you
you.
all organized with your count.
Yeah,
yeah,
I couldn't even. I would have to sit here and count them all. I don't even know where I'm at right now.
Gerardo says it's hard to stay in one lane. Yeah, you're not
It
wrong,
is.
Gerardo.
It is.
Be careful. I spent 50,000 in 3 years. Whew. Andrea says hi, friends. Hey, Andrea.
Hello.
I just watched Andrea's video earlier this morning where she took my favorite pop of last year, that Return of the Jedi Luke versus Vader.
Yeah.
in the throne room, and she added stars to her
Yeah, I
Oh,
saw
I did
that.
see that picture that she
That
sent
looks
us.
so much better, like
Yeah,
100%
it does.
better. And why it wasn't done from Funko in the first place is beyond me. But now I'm like, damn, I got to go do that. It looks so good. She did a great job. And I know
Yeah.
she was thinking of doing what I had mentioned about that droid. Dude, this droid is practically broken. I'm so upset at it. Like, it literally broke. It literally, there's a break in it now from the gravity.
Yeah.
But,
Oh
like,
my god.
he like
He looks like the what is that commercial with the little wooden guy, and he's like giving the rollback
Yeah,
It kind of
the whatever.
he is so busted, and like I don't know if you can see the little thing in the back. Even seems like the weight of him has broken the plastic.
no.
But
It kind of looks.
so, I don't know. He looks great when he's on a shelf because it looks like he's peering down at the shelf below. And
Yeah,
the only reason I'm keeping him like that is because I figured, you know how sometimes I put playing cards underneath the stands to kind of give them an angle, the way I'm photographing it to kind of give this lean towards the lens. Sometimes I thought that would be good for a shot where I could maybe unbox the other one, kind of put them in the background, have that one more close up, some explosions and stuff going on is how I'm envisioning utilizing it. And that's the only reason I'm keeping this one out still. The other one I'm just going to keep in a box. And if I pick up another one on the cheapie, like, you know, a $5 sale or something like that, I'll pick up another one and paint that one. But I'm leaving those two in the box that even if I get another one and pre-paint them and keep it in the box because they just don't stand right. Like they'll just end up doing that, which is disappointing.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's because the head is top heavy.
Yeah.
It's that whole body.
A lot of the
there's
daintier figures.
Yeah, there's such a small little pivot area I noticed in the waist.
Yeah.
That pivot goes, and after a while, you can't even push it back up. It'll break completely off. And so I'm just kind of leaving it lean like that because I'm afraid to push them back up and have it snap completely.
I mean, pretty much. I was gonna say what Andrea just commented. It looks like when they get shut off, like after they like, you know.
Yeah, they get powered down.
It's kind of movie accurate now, so
could be, but just disappointed in the fact that it because we've had a lot of the skinnier characters, like your slave Leia tends to have a lean.
My Hera,
Hera, the other one, not the Night Sister, but the female Inquisitor. Was it that the Seventh Sister or whatever from Rebels? Yeah. She's got that big head. The head starts to kind of lean backwards more.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little.
I've got like a handful of them. I've got a handful of them that are leaning forward, like Val from Solo. The gaming greats General Grievous is leaning.
Really?
Slave Leia leans a little bit.
Yeah.
And Endor Leia, like in the Endor dress, she leans a tiny bit there. Yeah,
there's something to be mindful of when you're
but
on display.
I think heat them up. You can heat them up with like a heat gun or boiling water and stuff, and you can bend them back. I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I think they just make them way too like top heavy. Like the heads are they have too much weight when you're trying to do like a skinny body. So I don't know. Maybe they just need like some more like structural support in between.
Back to the hero pose.
Yeah.
No, let's not go back there. We've gotten so much better with these sculpts lately that I hope never to go back to something like that. You know,
is that a sacrifice then? Buying a nicely sculpted pop, but it's going to bend over.
I think so.
All your pops are going to start bending now because of the poses there.
I think this is where the inbox collectors might have a one up on us. Is if you keep it in the box, it's all nice and supported, and it won't bend over.
Yeah,
too true. Too true.
That's
it. That's the advantage in collecting, right? Like you have your out of box, and I must say, very excited about today talking about collections and stuff because I have ordered some of those clear acrylic tiered stands.
Yeah, and we were talking about that before you came.
I ordered 8 more this morning. I absolutely love them. I absolutely love them, and I just want to be able to do a mix of that and some. Like I'd like to get the Endor bunker. I'd like to get some pieces of the cantina, just to kind of have some more dios, in my display. But I don't need to have the whole thing. you know. So there's things I'd like to mix up, but I must say, having them out of the box and be able to turn around and just look at them as opposed to just looking at this from like a bunch of these on the side and see the it doesn't do it nearly as much justice. And when you see some of the old vintage collection, collectors out there and the way they have them displayed, like backlit, and they're all loose. There's not many of them that they're going to keep in the card, but when they're loose and all these tiered states, they just look fantastic. And so I feel that this is kind of doing that same thing, and being able to see them and all their glory. You're just like, yeah, I've been mixing up the one where in the center here with the Popcast sign, because I felt those are ones I want to see, and I can mix it up the way I want it. Like, and I put like one of my favorite ones is that 3-pack with Greedo, Walrus Man, and Hammerhead. And I just love that iconic Greedo from the vintage collection with the green outfit, and the blue boots, like the green and teal just looks really cool. It takes me back to my childhood, because those characters, the red Snaggletooth, because I never got the blue with the silver boots, but I had the red Snaggletooth, the Walrus Man, the Hammerhead, and that Greedo. For me, those were like those are the 4 horsemen of bad guys that no matter what mission, someone had to run into these guys at some point. Like those were like 4 that I had in my collection. Like no matter what, those 4 guys could be interactive with the Imperials, with the Rebels at all times. They're your go-to. So having them in Funko form, just like for me, I was excited to display them even more.
Yeah. One is asking what the next Edmonton area event is. It's Edmonton Expo, September, I want to say the 22nd at the Expo Center. So I'll be going to that. Andrea said she might do ICC next year. That could be cool.
Still debating on that one.
I'm a little confused by this comment, though.
I think it's a joke.
I have like 4 to maybe 5 pops. I mean, if that's what you want to tell yourself. All of us Funko addicts are in denial. We're getting a booth now. I can't do the booth.
Oh, that would be.
Yeah, no, the booths are expensive, but I'll be recording there. I'll be filming.
Don't they have like at these cons like a free content creator booth area that it's like just shared?
I don't know if they have one here. I don't know. I never really looked into it, but
well, if not, we'll pop up a table outside and we'll create you one if we had to.
Right.
Pop up meet and greet.
Yeah. No, I mean, but if you're going, then just you can come and say hi if you see me. I'll probably have stickers on me. So,
but we're gonna all try. Are you gonna try to come to Niagara one, Lex?
I asked before. Yeah. I asked her before we went live.
I think you should.
I'm gonna try.
Might be too soon.
It's really gonna depend on where I end up working and the time frame and stuff.
Too true. Because you might have to move yourself, right? Just to be closer to Mayo Clinic.
Yep. So hoping I pull that one through, but most of the residency programs are like a year long, and some of them vary and if you can take off or have days off and stuff. So
is it still in Florida, or are you going to have to leave the state?
No, all the ones I'm applying to are in Florida. Nice. I don't really want to move like out of state, but if I have to move like out of South Florida, I'm not opposed, but I guess we'll have to wait and see where I end up. But if I can pull it off, I would love to.
Move up to Rhode Island.
I don't know. I mean, I like Rhode Island. I like it. So. It's a little gem. It's got the beaches. It's New England. You got the Red Sox. You got your Patriots. If you like the sports stuff, you've got lots of history. It's a small state, and everybody. That could be a downfall for some people. If you can't go anywhere, do anything without somebody knowing in this state what you did. Like you run into you go to your local market and you run into people when you're not wanting to run into people. Sometimes you just get up and you're right out of the morning, you haven't even jumped in the shower, your hair is all and you go, and sure enough, you meet like people that you weren't expecting, like your kids' teachers or principal. You're like, oh, hi. Hey, Mr. Cotter. It's like, oh God, no. So yeah, But in Rhode Island, it's a very small state, and you know everybody. Like, there's someone that I often joke, he's just not a good person. And every time I watch On Patrol, I said it's such a small state. It's only a matter of time that we'll see him getting pulled over on patrol and getting put in the clink.
Damn.
I hope he does, because this guy's a total downer, and he brings somebody else that my wife and I care about down. So hopefully one day when he fucks up, he'll be on there. I mean, I know he was driving Uber, and Uber passengers were reporting him. Like, he was, like, you know, his car was held on by, like, the bumper is held on by duct tape, and I wouldn't even get into a car like that. So I don't get it. But I do watch On Patrol when they do Warwick, and I'm like, oh, I will record it this just to see, and I'll scan through. Nope, he's not on it this week. One of these days he'll end up on there. Guaranteed.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I feel like Rhode Island would be cool to visit, because my mom was actually born in Rhode Island, but I just don't know about living in these colder states. I think my blood has like been thinned beyond imagine, and I don't think I can.
No, I hate the winter. I hate it.
I mean, it's hot as hell in Florida, but I feel like as soon as it gets like maybe 70, I'm like, oh, where's my jacket? So
yeah, but you're only hot from what, May until September? Like hot?
It is hot all year round, but usually the summer times, like right now, it's really hot. So
because it's that humidity that gets you, right?
It really is the humidity.
Typically humid most of the year there. It's just hot, warm.
I think my hair would say differently, but yeah.
You get like Monica.
I'll always like straighten my hair and stuff, and then I like walk outside and instantly it's like frizz, and I'm like, oh well, I just wasted like half an hour, so love it. But it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I love Florida. I don't think there's anywhere else I'd really want to live. I do want to visit other places, but it's nice to visit cold places, but I don't think I could live in a cold place.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't mind going to Florida. My wife absolutely does not want to move to Florida. She hates it.
I mean, this is like Satan's like ass crack right now. It's so hot. It's ridiculous.
I think Eric would disagree.
That could be the bumper sticker
in Texas. I mean, Texas is hot, but I don't think they have nearly the humidity that we do.
Yeah, I think when you're close to like where Eric is near Houston, because my wife said you're close to the coastline there. That's what makes it disgusting. It gets brutal. She really liked San Antonio area and Austin, like the foothills region or whatever, the hill country, she called it. Loves that area. I just don't.
Andrea says it's
living there.
Andrea says it's hot 100% of the time.
Yeah. It just
we
becomes
live on the sun.
Literally, it just becomes excessively hotter during summertime, but it's like it's just always hot, I feel like, but it's just like even hotter during summer. Like right now it's just like ridiculous. I literally walk outside and I start sweating. It's like disgusting. I hate it.
Yeah, I know some of my Masonic brothers that are retired. They leave October, November. They go down, they get their house kind of ready. Then they come back up, they do their Christmas, and right after they celebrate Christmas with their family, boom, they're gone. The next thing I know, there are pictures, them shorts by the water, enjoying cocktails as we're up here freezing and shoveling feet of snow. So I'm like, I that's why I like Florida. I think I could live. I lived in Arizona for a few years going to college, and you don't have as much humidity out there. It's that dry heat. But I'm telling you, when it's 126, you feel like a fried egg just walking on, just out anywhere. It's like it's gross. Yeah. And at nighttime, it's weird because you get used to, it's like standing in a hairdryer at nighttime. Like it's just that hot heat. And it's just, it's just weird. And then like end of October in Arizona, as soon as that sun goes down, it gets bitter cold in the desert, like really cold. So it was just interesting, the temperatures that you have out there, but I'd rather deal with that more often than what I have here in the Northeast any day of the week. I liked Arizona. I did like that weather. I don't know if I could do with Chris. You're the complete opposite of us. You are like really cold. Like you guys have the car warmers for your battery and crap up there.
I don't think it's like living on Hoth. Living on Hoth for like 5 months out of the year.
Yeah, I'm like on Mustafar, I feel like.
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
so. Either that or that
But,
swamp that we saw the Bad Batch in with those like crazy
Yeah,
gators.
100%. That was 100% the Everglades. You can't tell me any differently.
I totally felt the inspiration when I saw. I was like,
The
"You're not
alligator-looking
wrong."
things, I was like, "Come on, like, are they in the backyard right now?" So, but I guess speaking of Mustafar, we did get some Mustafari-themed Funko Pop news.
yeah,
Yes, we
let's
did.
let's segue into our pop report.
No need to report that to him until we have something to report.
Well, this isn't the Mustafari news, but Funko posted finally about the red, well, I guess they're not Red Saber series, but like their Dark Side series. And I thought this image was like really cool looking. I don't know if that
Yeah,
was just me, but I thought it was like really cool. So I'm excited to see when Patrick gets his, what his picture will look like.
Yeah, I
yeah,
think I'll crush this, but I do like it.
Yeah, I thought it was
yeah.
cool.
You should send it to Funko and be like, "Here's yours. Here's mine."
If I could find just one person there to really connect with, I think I'd be better off because it's tough. I went to do something the other day and for a promotional piece to send out to possibly Funko, the mere cost just broke my back, and I was like, all right, now I gotta think of a cheaper way because I think it was like $113. I'm like, I can't just give a promo piece at $113 just for free. I can't. It was basically a book. So I'm looking to do something on the cheaper scale that I can. If I give it away, I don't feel bad.
You need to
And I
find out
can
where their head office is, and we'll go
We'll go
there,
raid 'em.
and you can, yeah.
Dude, I'll take a trip to Everett. Let's go to Everett, Washington, and do that. Like, let's
We'll just go
do
like
that.
stick your photos like on everyone's desk.
I'll just shackle myself to the head of marketing, to their desk. I can't leave until you give me some goods.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like you should make like a coffee table book. I feel like that would be cool to have.
I
Yeah, that would be
started
cool.
one last year. Chris was giving me the guff that I haven't done one, so I have started one. I have one, and I've limited, I think, to like 20 pages. But like this is a different one. I was kind of doing like my favorites,
Mhm.
and I had to wrangle it, and like that's when I realized I could do multiple volumes, and how would I spread them out? And there's a lot of things and then having to go. What I'm doing now is having to go back to the originals, see if I can find, where I've kept my original Photoshop version so I can remove the watermark to put in the book and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of work going on, but I'm looking to do something now. And I when you see something, you kind of forget about it and you're like, oh, that's neat, but I don't have a need for it now. But then like months later, you have like, oh, that there was a thing that came out and they're little square books. And it's like a subscription where every month they print you out a book with your picks on it. I don't know how that all works and how you get to choose them or they're just sending them in. I don't know how that piece works of it, but my thought is I'd set up an account and put in my Funko Pop images and then have it just randomly do the books like that would be kind of neat, every month just to have something printed. And then, maybe I can give them out as gifts maybe this year for Christmas, things like that. So I'm looking at that. But now I can't find the company that was doing that. So I was Googling, I was going through my Instagram, I was, looking at the hashtags for different ads and I couldn't find it. So I know it'll come up again just because I've been increasing that search in my feed. Somehow it'll come back. I know it will. So I'm looking to do something like that this year, hopefully for the holiday gifts for friends and stuff like that.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah. But I am interviewing for a new position in my own company this Tuesday.
Ooh.
I'm interviewing for the visual designer position. So that would be, guys, if I get that, that would be heaven sent for me because I'm under such stress with my current role. Like so much stress. It's affecting me mentally and physically. And I just would like to have a change. I'd like to come in doing something where I'm a rock star at it. All the tools are in my wheelhouse. I have more tools than most people have in that wheelhouse. Just better suited for it. And I think part of when you have a job that if you can get a job where you enjoy doing what you enjoy doing, it makes it not seem like as much of a job. Like when I worked at Hasbro, that was a job. But like I came in every day thanking the maker, going, I get to do this as a job. Like I love that job. If I could go back full time, I would love to, but I can't take a contract position. So on that note, it was awesome until someone, moves on. There won't be a role like that available for some time. So, and I know one of the guys, Corey, who's there, he is phenomenal. And I'd hate to see, he's like, I think a senior photographer there now. Hate to ever see him go because he's absolutely flawless at his craft. Like really, like I learned so much in my time there from him. He was great. And honestly, if I could go back, I'd rather have him as like my senior to mentor, have as a mentor because he's so good. Very creative guy, very nice guy. So, but we'll see. Fingers crossed.
My fingers and toes are crossed for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then I guess moving on to the Mustafarius. Mustafarius? I don't know.
Mustafarius.
We got Vader's first appearance, which, as we kind of mentioned earlier, wasn't really what we thought. We were like, oh, maybe it's going to be him on like the Tantive, like walking in. But no, it's actually the Revenge of the Sith Vader. So I don't know. I think that this looks really cool. This is like it's my favorite movie, so I really love it. And I'm hoping that with this, I don't know if it would really fit into this line that they're going for because it seems very dark side, like a lot of the dark side users. But I feel like I would want an Obi-Wan like on his, so that way I can like have them together. I just don't know how they would fit Obi's into that line, I guess. I don't know. Because I don't have
they could do a whole other light side line. So
yeah. It would be a nice little like, aside. Like I don't have to shell out like $400 to get the duel on Mustafar if I could just have the two I can put together. So
yeah, it does look good. But I mean, they weren't wrong though. This is Vader's first appearance. He is technically Darth Vader at this point.
But if he is Vader, why didn't he give him the Vader eyes, the yellow and red?
Well, I think that was a comment that was made, but I think if you actually go into the movie and you watch the scene,
he doesn't have the yellow eyes.
He does not have the yellow eyes. So
true.
Yeah.
But now I feel it would be one of those ones that'd be cool to see someone customize one where they do a head swap and put it on this and see how it looks. I'd be curious.
Yeah.
But I do like this one a lot, Lex. I think I
like it as well.
Very detailed. Like that droid, it looks so good. It has that metallic finish to him. You get the lava. Now, I don't necessarily I think that whole base should have been lava at that point because it's not like the lava was sitting in the center of a rock. Like, you know what I mean? Like that whole thing could have been lava.
That's true.
It looks great. It really looks great. And I'm hoping, Lex, to your point, we do get a Obi-Wan to go with that. I think it would be perfect.
It would make sense, yeah.
The Star Wars kind of logo too. Like I feel like they're kind of getting away from that like typical black base. Like I feel like they're kind of like instead of having just the standard base, they're kind of moving, into different stuff. Like even with the Legacy series, I think that's what they're calling the Boba Fett ones.
Those look great.
Like those bases are different. Like there's actually a Geonosis type base, like the Camino type base with young Boba. So I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the standardization of like the black bases, but I feel like it adds a little bit more to the pop itself when you have a base that kind of matches.
I agree because I'm looking in the distance at the Luke carrying Yoda on Dagobah, and that has one of those cooler different bases, and it doesn't detract. I think it adds to the look of the pop. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. And then, of course, as we know, D23 has been occurring. And I guess there was some 2-packs that were announced. And one of them is that light side and dark side, which is just Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. With a sticker, and I'm pretty sure it's the same mold that we got for Celebration. It just looks a little bit more metallic-ish. Like they almost kind of just like the spray paint was like perfect. So I don't know. I will be
Yeah,
passing
it's
on
just
this.
lazy. It's like the fourth or fifth time we've gotten these two sculpts now.
Well, you got him at Celebration. Then they
You got
re-released him in the white box with the blue,
Mhm.
that kind of
Yeah,
purple
you also
blue.
got that 5
Yeah.
pack.
Yep, the
with
5
them like
pack.
together.
Yeah,
And then the New Hope one, I think too. They were in that like darker blue box.
Mhm. So
So
I don't know. The fact that I'm not there and couldn't get it, it's like, meh. Is this going to be in their shop, the Disney shop? You know, like I'm going to pass on this because of it. It's just not different enough.
it is really not. I agree with you, Andre. I'm kind of over it, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little too much.
You know what they could have done? I think would have been nicer is you could have done something cool with the Vader, because we've gotten so many newer Vader sculpts that have been coming out. Right? They
Mhm.
could have done something like that SD CC Comic Con Vader with the red, kind of that retro look. You could have done, even if you repacked that and did a different paint treatment on it, would have been cooler. And maybe Luke, or maybe he's holding up the binoculars or something when he's looking out into the twin suns. That to me would be more iconic as a pop. Like even if you just did one single pop for D23 and those
Yeah.
Luke kind of raising the goggles up, and then that cardboard in the background of the boxing could have been the twin suns. Nailed it. You know, that would have been easy kill. Everyone would have been like, wow, it's fresh, it's new, old, new, younger, collector. You know, you would have gotten it because it's such an iconic dreamer moment of all of us fans in Star Wars. Like when you think of that music, when I think of Beyond Tatooine and your music popping up, it's immediately as I think of Luke standing there, 1 foot up, a little raised, looking at binoculars, seeing the twin
Mhm.
suns, and it brings me back to living in a suburb outside Philadelphia in an oil refinery town, hoping one day I will get out of this town, you know, and thinking, and that to me, why I connected to Star Wars as a child, being 5, watching it. You know, I think you and Chris have your moments like that too that pull you back. So for D23 to just do a recycle of these, I'm a little disappointed in this choice. They could have done. Why didn't they do that? The pop I got from you, Lex, that concept Vader pop that they wasn't that a D23 exclusive like from a year or two ago? That they
Yeah.
did that in a different paint treatment or style would have been cooler than this. I don't know.
I mean, they also could have done like like that young Max Rebo from the Skeleton Crew and done like a little like, hey,
Get you
but
hyped, yeah. Do
yeah,
him and do that funky droid that kind of looks like a prior
yeah.
to the K2 droids or whatever. That would be kind of cool.
yeah. I
Probably
just think
get 'em.
it's like a little. It's just they're just
Lazy.
same pop over and over.
But at the same time, I think these are only exclusive to D23. So for them to do something different, like 2 different, like a new sculpt and stuff like that, they're probably saving that stuff for the expos where more people can get their hands on it.
Yeah, I guess.
Because I think all 4 of these are actually repacks, if I'm not
Well, you know what
mistaken.
you know what they could do. They could do a Hondo.
Really?
They could do DJ Rex. They could do any of the characters you see in the theme parks. Would have been cooler.
Yeah.
You know what I
But
mean?
I guess the Luke and Vader represent Star Wars. When you think of Star Wars, you think of Luke and Vader.
Yeah,
So
I mean they're
it
definitely.
does make sense, but it's still lazy. Like
Yeah.
I
Just
don't
disappointed.
know how
Yeah,
many
just
people will.
disappointed.
Yeah, I don't know how many people will buy it other than people who actually go to D23 or maybe like just general Disney fans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the only thing I want more out of that D23 collection is the T3000, the Star Tours vehicle, because I have
That thing
the
looks cool.
original 3 1/4 one, which is that copper and white one. And it's the same thing, but the things I like about it and the newer one is I like the white one because that's just a different color vehicle. And I also like that they have a little LCD screen now in there, where mine you would take in the back of it, behind the back seats, you have a little space where it has like the picture, and then it's got a hard plastic piece that you would slide into the screen area in the front of the cabin, and it would play music and sounds to the scene that you're placing in there, whereas this newer one has a little LCD screen there that would do the same kind of thing, and probably has newer ride adventure shots from even when I got this one years ago. And I bought this one for my son, who eventually just kind of cast it to the side. I'm like, I'm reclaiming it as mine now.
Yeah, I think to Robbie's question, I don't think they have like a singular Bespin pop, but they do have that like cloud on Dual City.
I mean, they have the
Cloud
Bespin
City
one
Dual.
missing the hand.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. Isn't
I
that
have
like
that.
Yeah, they do. I think that was like an exclusive.
Yeah, and then they have the original, like the one with the hand as well. So there's two variants of them. So
Yeah, but I guess as like a movie moment 2-pack, there's them two together. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like they could have released that movie moment.
Yeah, they could have done that.
Just repacked it.
Yeah, why not?
They
I
could have
don't know. I just feel like
repacked
there's so much to do. Like
That would've
there's so
been
many
fun.
people. They could have done. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get it, Luke and Vader. Like that's what you think of when you think light side and dark side, but
Yeah.
like it's not even a different sculpt. They just took some like metallic spray paint to the body.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Here's how I look at it. It's D23, right? And Disney is all about experience. 100%, right? It's about the experience. It's why we love Savi's. It's why we love the Droid Factory, right? So my thing is, when I was there on my honeymoon, I picked up a custom Star Wars movie poster of me as Obi-Wan Kenobi standing, and you have Qui-Gon in the background melting the thing, where they put your face in that and make a movie poster out of it. I was like, yeah. And then they used to do what they did with the Hasbro selfie project. They had that launched there years ago during like one of their Star Wars weekends or something like that. They teamed up with Hasbro. I would like to see them do, they just did this for Deadpool Wolverine. If they do something at Disney where they can team up with Funko and kind of Disney Funko pop yourself, and you could pick from different IPs of Disney where the character's got the outfit and you're maybe doing a head with it and a prop. That would be kind of cool, you know?
Yeah.
And what better kind of thing to do is you can maybe have you kind of being a droid builder, or, you know, the savvy workshop person who's, you know, building. That could be something that you can interact with. You can kind of tell the story, and it touches to the theme parks as well as the IP. So I think there's something missed here, that if I was working the marketing and promotion with D23, again, it's about experience. And I think a better experience is walking out with a custom collectible that you can get. And they've done it for other things in the past, so they could do it.
Yeah, for sure. And then I guess the last piece of news that we got are some more of these little pocket pops. So instead of a gift of coal, you're getting a gift of fun.
I like that. I like
Which
the
I
fact
kinda
that
like.
it comes in
They're
little
like in-
coal.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
So
I like the
think
Darth Maul one.
Yeah. It does look pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but they also look different from the other ones that we've seen, because wasn't Boba, didn't he have like a Christmas tree or something? And
He had something.
Yeah, I think so.
so maybe these
And
are
there was
like,
a different one. They didn't show the Darth Maul one before, did they?
yeah, because they had that like Christmas tree 4-pack one. So I wonder if these are different, or if you still have the possibility of getting those ones here. But I don't know. I like that coal idea. I think that's really cool.
That's
Yeah. Ricky said, Patrick, you're hired.
Yes.
Thanks, Rick.
They be rolling. But yeah, that was pretty much all the news that we got Funko Pop wise.
Not a lot.
Yeah,
Not a lot.
too much. But we did get some
Which is
exciting
okay.
trailers.
We did.
Yeah. I know a lot of people last night. I was up way past 10:30 waiting for everybody's streams to have something to show, and it seemed like nobody was going to have it. And then I came downstairs, messed around creating an image, and I went back up, and then boom, everyone's like, Skeleton Crew. So yeah, I I went on to that Corey Van so-and-so's Twitter last night and got to see the Andor, the Skeleton Crew, and the Mando and Grogu previews that they showed. So
Okay, so you saw the Andor one. I haven't seen the Andor one yet.
Yeah, the Andor one was the Andor was kind of like a little bit kind of behind the scenes / quick clips of what we're going to see in season 2. More behind the scenes stuff, like kind of what they did the last time they did an Andor kind of D23 thing. So it didn't seem too different from that. But that Mando and Grogu scene, did you guys see that?
I saw what Tony sent. I watched the screenshot Tony had, which I thought looked really cool. I am shocked though that the Razor Crest is back, and you had Zeb piloting it.
I want it to be back. Like I'm hoping.
Oh, I love the Razor Crest.
Probably found another one for him. You know, I'm hoping. That would be.
I mean, we got to remember the Razor Crest was a ship that was like mass produced back in the day. So I mean, I'm sure they just found another one, right?
I'm hoping. Because he can't.
It's not the same one.
Squad. You can't have Zeb chilling out in the the 1-seater with the cockpit for Grogu or a droid. So it's nice he's got a little carriage house of vehicles, so to speak.
Yeah.
But was it weird seeing for me right after seeing Zeb? That next clip was Snow Troopers. That an old school Snow Trooper. So I was like, oh. That to me was exciting. I was like, what? That is so cool. So I thought that was really neat because those guys you only saw in Empire and you always wish you could see them again. So, when I got to see the end of Clone Wars and they had that kind of epilogue scene there with Vader coming back and you see the snow troopers and stormtroopers walk around that snowy engulfed planet. I was like, ooh, look at that. That's cool. Instantly you knew in timeline where you were from where we just were, so that was kind of a neat little, I guess, Easter egg that they give you before they show you Vader to kind of let you know what time frame you were. I thought that was really well done. But seeing the snowtroopers again, that's cool. And that chicken walker going down the side of the map, dude, that was crazy. I was like,
ATRT, I think that one is. That's the same one they used in the Clone Wars.
That was awesome. Awesome. Yeah. And when he was like skidding and kind of like trying to keep his balance, and then you got 2 walkers coming in front. I don't know what the hell is happening, but dude, I was hook, line, and sinker. Get the net, reel me in, because I was loving that.
Yeah. It looked good. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm excited for the pops for the skeleton crew because we know we'll get the 4 kids. We'll get Jude Law's character in some form. Right, and the droid, I would imagine, will be like the first wave. If
Vane,
maybe we'll see. Right, they'll do the 4 kids and Jude Law, I think, and the droid for sure.
Yeah, so. I think that'll be an interesting looking droid if they could do it as a pop because it looks like it has like a little pirate stump.
It does,
yeah,
like a Treasure Island pig leg kind of thing.
Yeah, so I was like, wow, this is like it just gave Goonies, it gave Stranger Things. Chris mentioned the music. I thought the music was phenomenal.
Yep.
It very much at the beginning when they're like on the bus and in that like neighborhood, it was kind of giving me like Giver vibes, like that Utopia kind of look thing.
Yeah.
But it just seemed like there was a lot of action. And I really like some of the shots that they showed. I thought they looked beautiful. So I don't know. I'm pretty excited for it.
I'm excited for it as well.
I'm excited as well. I think I'll agree with Chris's review on that when they kind of hit suburbia there a little bit, like the school bus kind of thing.
Yeah,
suburbia. For a second, it gave me ET flashback. Like I was thinking,
and the music felt like ET as well.
Yeah, it had that like Elliot's neighborhood. Like it looked like Elliot's neighborhood in the future.
Where they were walking their bikes.
Yeah, I don't know as much about the suburbia though, because you really don't see that too often in Star Wars. You get maybe a little blend of that with Andor, a little blend of that, but most of the time you see where it looks like that, like the planet in Andor. I can't, not Ferric. Is it Ferric? I can't remember the name of the planet there, but it just didn't see. It just seemed very clean, but suburb. Like, and that just I don't know. That took me out of Star Wars. I just don't see.
You know what it felt like?
driveways.
Guardians of the Galaxy. The what's that group called? The Core or something.
Oh, where they went to the planet and it was like the half human, like half animal kind of breed of people.
No, the people in the blue suits from Guardians of the Galaxy. I can't remember what they're called.
Oh, I can't remember either. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like that. It looked like that.
Yeah, it was just a little odd. That was the only thing that took me out. Otherwise, I think it's gonna be fun. It definitely has that Goonies treasure hunting vibe. Like, I think they even had a skeleton that kind of like clicks or tips over or something on him, and it kind of spooks everybody for a second. I thought that was kind of cool. It reminded me of One-Eyed Willie. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Again, I think for us, it's not made for us, right? We'll watch it because we're diehard, but it's made for the younger kids. And I think those younger kids that might not have gotten into Star Wars, that might have taken off watching Stranger Things and maybe watched Goonies with their parents at one point, those are the ones that are going to probably get their teeth sunk into this. And really, that's going to become their introduction to suck them into Star Wars. But I'm excited for it. It's more story. That's all. And it's going to have connected. This, they've said they're going to have connected tissue to other pieces. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see.
I really wish Lex.
Again, the Funkos that we'll get from it too. So,
yeah, I was gonna say I wish we got more of a show where it had a spin on like a medic. I think that would be kind of neat, like where you follow the medic through his adventures, and it could be a rebel person, and maybe and it could just be a short run series, but I think it'd be kind of neat because he could be helping out people from all sorts of walks of life, like innocent kids getting hurt and things like especially when you see what happened in Andor and stuff like that. I can see something like that. Plus, maybe having that moral dilemma. He's helping someone on the other side, someone from the Empire. It'd be just kind of neat, and it would be a story that you could tell in a few things. You could put this person somewhere in the universe where shit's going down. It'll be just a neat thing, quick, short, and it can have some connective tissue, but not so much that everything has to. It could just be this guy's story, him fighting in the war against the Empire, and just have 4 episodes, kind of like a Tales of the Jedi kind of thing, but live action. It'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. Xandar is the planet.
Xandar.
Yeah, right. Like, look at that. That's what it felt like.
Yeah,
like a suburb of that.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's just kind of weird because
they're crossing the Marvel universe with the Star Wars universe finally.
Yeah, because Coruscant's so built up. Even they've got that one mountain sticking up, and it's like, to us it seems like the lowest point on the planet, but it's the highest point of the actual planet's, actual atmosphere or landscape. So everything's built on top of that. It just felt so unlike Star Wars seeing a suburb like that. So it was just a little weird. Hopefully we see more and it kind of gives a better story to it. Who knows?
Yeah. But it'll be fun. It'll be a fun show to watch.
Yeah, I think that Max Rebo kid's going to sell out whatever product he's on for sure. Whatever he's on, it's selling.
I thought he was adorable. I think his name's like Neely or something.
Yeah, he does look cute. He's adorable. Like 100% take our money. He's awesome. And I'm so glad we're getting a character like that. It's so different. So different.
Yeah. It is. I liked it.
Curious about the little Geordie LaForge girl with their little
the X-Men type shit.
I'm curious. I don't know, that looks kind of groovy. But it looks to be kind of cool. So we'll see.
Yeah. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
But I think that does it for this episode. Not a lot of Star Wars news. We kind of went off topic there a little bit, but that's okay. It's always a fun time on the podcast every Saturday.
That's what's fun.
But Patrick, when you're not here recording with us, talking all things Funko, what are you usually doing? Where can people find you?
People if they want to find you. Rock nowadays. No. Actually, I'm just on my channel, Poptography YT, and all the other social media channels, creating some cool Star Wars Funko Pop images, which I've been trying to get ahead because I have a lot of what's in the boxes already pre-scheduled. So just catching up on some images, and very excited for the one coming out this week. So if you are into San Diego Comic-Con's recent exclusives, stay tuned because there'll be a fun image coming out of one of those. And like I said, I was shooting another one last night. I think I sent that over to you, Chris, right? I don't know.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and that took a little bit. I had another one I liked where the lighting looked a little better. It looked a little more, but there's something I didn't like about it. And then I went a different direction, slightly different direction the way I lit it. And I like how it came out. There's just something I don't know. I haven't touched on. That's why I said this is the final. There's just something I might play with some warmth to it, some color toning. Right. That's the only thing I think I need to add. Anyway, if you want to check out those kind of things, check me out on Poptography, where I do my unboxings and reviews, what's in the box, as well as my creative Funko images. But enough about me. Where can people find Lex, who is quite a busy person until recent days? So where can people find you, Lex? You're not on here chatting all things Star Wars Funko with me and Christopher.
Well, when I'm not here with you guys, I'm usually on my channel, which is Jedi Lex, and I kind of just do everything and all things Star Wars, reactions, conventions, rumors, news, you name it, I probably cover it. And now that school is coming to a close this Thursday, I will hopefully have some more time to kind of put into my channel. I know I've been a little inactive lately, or very infrequent, but hopefully I'll be able to start putting out some videos and stuff. So we'll see. But Chris, when you're not here with me and Patrick, where can people find you?
Well, when I'm not here with you two fine folk, I'm on my own channel, Seriously Star Wars, doing weekly Star Wars videos, including Funko Pop reviews. I got a bunch of those to review. And rumor has it I have my own booth at Edmonton Expo. I got to shoot that rumor down right away. I will not have a booth there, so don't expect me to see me at a booth. I mean, my Star Wars group here in Edmonton will have their own group booth there, so I might stop by that booth. But yeah, so if you are a Star Wars fan in the Edmonton area, you can look them up, Edmonton Fan Force. You can check that out. But thanks everyone for watching and listening, and we'll see everyone in the next episode.
May the Force be with you.
Peace out.